Hello, good morning. It's today's live on Equa Television International. I am Jemima, and today we're looking at the topic people pleasing syndrome. That syndrome to please people at all times, at the expense of your happiness, at the expense of your needs and wants. In fact, at that point, you do not even have any needs or wants because your aim is to please people no matter what. You're trying so hard to be in the good books of everybody. So by so doing, you are forgetting your image and whatsoever. You are just to be that person that everybody wants and will be happy with. We are looking at people pleasing syndrome, and I have with me on the set engineer Tony J. Nakali. Good morning.
Thank you, pharmacist Jamima. Once you bring in syndrome, it sounds like a drug. And you sounded like while you are doing the introduction, you sounded like a pharmacist. People's pleasing syndrome. You know, if you just write that PPS and you give a chemist, you know, they will just give you
one in the morning, one in the evening.
It's good to be here after a while.
Yeah, we're so glad we could have you here.
Thank
Prudence,
you so
good morning.
Good morning, Julia.
Suleiman Sambo, good morning.
Morning.
Welcome.
Looking good.
Thank you. You look good as well.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't look. Let's go. Since we don't look good, let's go now.
I was just responding to what he said.
Good people should handle the syndrome on the show.
I was only responding to what he said.
What is this people's pleasing syndrome that you are showing on the set already?
Oh my God.
You are pleasing solo already. What is Joyce the kind of teaching you? Where is her young life? She's not on set today.
Yes.
God bless her wherever she is.
Amen. Yeah, so we're looking at that topic today. I don't want to repeat it.
Which topic?
Which topic?
The topic sounds like a prescription.
That's why I
rather like a diagnosis. Like a diagnosis. People's pleasing syndrome. So what is the medication? Why would you wake up every day and try to please people in a world where people cannot be pleased no matter what you do? It's a huge waste of time if you leave me. I don't think I should do anything for the primary reason of pleasing people. No, what is the right thing to do? Do it. If you do the right thing, people will be pleased, people will be displeased. Is it mispleased or displeased? I don't know. Displeased. You would have went to school. So displeased. Let me pick it. Every word today is sounding like a drug. Displeased. Syndrome. Pleasing. But of a truth, Jemima, there are people whose minds are bent upon not celebrating people in life. How can you live your life in the pain and agony of people's success? You are not just happy that people are progressing. Why are you not progressing yourself? So please yourself with your progress. Yes, please yourself with your progress. That is the only way you will not be thinking, I am not progressing. Progress does not mean you have a car. Progress does not mean people are coming to your shop to buy something. No. Several things can be seen as progress. You are alive today. If you had died this morning, you won't be on set. It's progress.
Yes.
We like to look at what people have termed progress for us as progress. No. You are able to be on this show to make a contribution. It will change even if it's the life of one person. It is progress.
Yes.
So when you sit down and start thinking, I'm going to work, how do I please Prudence? Because Prudence doesn't look like she likes me at work. How do I please her? You start romancing Prudence at work. And Solo sees the attention Prudence is getting. He wants some. So he starts behaving like she was behaving before she got the attention. And then he starts getting attention. So your primary reason why you are in that organization starts fading because you found a new responsibility. What is the responsibility? Pleasing people. There are people who cannot do without entering the GM's office every day. And these people are not productive. But they want to be seen with the GM so that it will be like they are the ones that told him it was Jemima that broke that glass. It was Hassan that stole that biscuit. It was Solo that said that thing. Is that progress? No, it's not progress. It's not progress. You are breaking the growth of the organization.
Yes.
You come to the office. This does not mean if you are used to coming to my office, stop. No. Or if you are used to going to your Oga's office, stop. No. But go to the office of your Oga thinking that man has pressure of running the organization. How can you ease that pressure? Because there is pressure from every angle. There's family pressure, marital pressure, transportation pressure, feeding pressure, there's health pressure, there's depression pressure, there's every kind of pressure.
There's light pressure.
There's light pressure. Tariff, they put it better. Tariff pressure. Everybody is facing, and instead of people to be quieter, what should quieten you? Hustle. You should spend time thinking of how to be innovative in solving problems that you have, but rather you decide to be a man or woman or men pleasers. How can I wake up because I want to please people? How can I just wake up and I don't have anything to do? I want to please people. I just received a call this morning before I entered today's life. Somebody asked his orderly to schedule me for a meeting for 7 o'clock today. He's not a small person. I forgot. The orderly just called me. He said, "Oh, guys, been waiting for you since morning." If he's watching, I love him and but I forgot. Do you understand? Ordinarily, I would have slept thinking I need to meet this person this morning. I need to meet them. But I forgot. So I said, after my show at 12 o'clock, I should have carried my bag and start running because I want to please. But after my show, let me go and see him if he's available. If he's not available, I'll see him tomorrow. If not, work continues here for me. Do you see the mindset? But if somebody tells you, meet me tomorrow by 4, you have called the person 15 times. He doesn't want to meet you anymore. We have reached a level that it is a boiling point in Nigeria. I am happy. I watched a clip. President Tinubu addressed Nigerians and he said, "I will hustle, raise money for the country and send it to states to do work." Did you ever ask your governors what they are doing with the money? Why is everybody bringing the pressure to me? I never, as simple as that terminology was, I never saw it in that light. It's true.
Very true.
Every state is sustained halfly majorly by federal allocation. What can states generate on their own? But the customs are pressured, the immigration pressured, all the money-making agencies of government, they are bringing in money. When the money comes in PAP, they share it and send it to states. And if you have emergency issues, if you have security issues, they send you much more money to deal with the security of your state. If you have this issue that needs emergency, they send you much money. So he said he is raising money from the account of the federal government. And he's sending it to states. So go and start demanding accountability from your governors. He said governors have responsibility to ease the pain on the people. Do you know what that means? The president knows exactly how much he's sending to your state, to your state, to your state, to my state, to their states. He knows. So we should start demanding accountability from our governors. We should stop looking at the presidency alone for accountability. You see, pressure is everywhere. That is why people tend to please men so that they can get something to ease up the pressure. But see, that has an expiry date. You have to seek what you will do that will give you long-lasting solution or solutions to what you are going through.
And you see the need to want to please people. That mindset makes you worthless
Mm.
at the end of the day, because you don't attach any worth to yourself. If I'm trying to please Solo, I'm trying to please Prudence, I'm trying to please everyone, at the end of the day, I don't have any usefulness at all, because what Solo would want me to be would not be the same thing that Prudence would want me to be. So I have to keep changing myself like a chameleon. For every time I'm serving a particular person, I have to become that person that he wants me to be. And at the end of the day, we become worthless. We're not even useful to ourselves. You find someone being cheerful the whole day simply because he is around someone that he wants to get
please.
favor. Yes. So he's trying to please you. I can't tie my face and be before you. I have to be cheerful, whether I am in a good mood or not, whether I want to be cheerful or not. I just have to be cheerful. And the moment that person is not there, I go back to my normal self. So you are not doing that because that is who you are, but it is because you are trying to please this person. You are trying to please this person. And at the end of the day, you are empty.
Well, you don't have an identity. Let's start with that. It's basically you have no identity, because two people would not say the same thing about you. So what is your identity? Who do you identify as? What is your person? Nobody can be able to pinpoint and say, this is the kind of person that this person is, because you have a number of colors depending on the person that you're appearing before him. See, the thing about people pleasing is that people will never be pleased. So if you want to just continue pleasing people, you might just find yourself among other people pleasers who will make it look like, oh, I'm so happy about this person, and immediately you turn your back, you're leaving the place like, can this person just stop coming my way? I really don't like this person, but this person always, but you just present that, oh, I like you and all that, because you don't want the person to be angry. So you find yourself in a circle of people pleasers. This person is trying to please the other one, and the other one is trying to not react because he wants to please you as well. At the end of the day, all of you are living a lie. You would say something like, oh, that's my friend, but honestly, you are not friends. You're just opportunists. Everybody eating off the other person's table. When you focus your whole life on people pleasing, you lose focus and you lose direction. As I said, you don't even have an identity. And it's Solomon who always talks about how you need to know who you are and what you stand for. For you to be a people pleaser, you don't know who you are and you don't have any idea what you stand for. You're being tossed by the wind. Whatever goes, it's like you just play. You think you're crafty. You play the game. It's a game for you. Life becomes an entirety, in its entirety becomes a game. Let's just do this so that I'll get favor from this person. Let's do this because it will create opportunity for me. And you don't even have principles, nor do you have standards, nor do you have bearing. You're just there. And because you're just there, you have no worth. You're worthless. I think this is just someone that the Bible describes as a fool. That's basically what you're doing. You're not fooling nobody but yourself.
Why do people please people?
Favors.
Well, I think for favor.
Okay, so when you don't get the favor, what do you do?
That's when you see them become so furious.
Because
so angry.
Aggressive.
You have
Aggressive.
major
that is the
disappointment.
point. That is the point. You should start thinking about the end result. Should it come? Should it not come? What do I do? You see, you have praise singers everywhere. You are not doing well. They tell you, Jamuji, Dokin Karifi. That Koakata Kayataku, they start singing praises. No, you don't do that.
And they tell you everybody is happy with what you're doing, whereas everybody is angry with what you're doing.
Because how can I be a governor of a state and rely on the people I've given appointment to hear what the people are saying? I was not born a governor. I still have contact with people from the hood.
Yes.
Once in a while, pick up your phone. You know one Baba somewhere. Call the Baba. Baba ya Lafia. Talk muna jingerifa. Amame girma gomna mutanina complain bukaza. then you know who to.
Yes.
Because in this life, I have seen people that have said, tomorrow we'll send 10 million for this church. And the 10 million has left the promiser. It has not reached the promisee.
And it might never reach.
What are you saying? It will never reach. And you don't have access to the promiser. Why do you think people block you from seeing state executives?
Yes.
Because you open up a lot that is detrimental to their jobs. But believe me, one day they will know. I was at an event with the General Secretary, of course, on Sunday. And there were 3 past governors from Plateau seated there. And then one of them said, precisely the governor of Plateau State now, he said, people asked me to probe you. He was telling Governor Olalong. He said, people have asked me, it's public, so he said, people have asked me to probe you. But what will I gain if I do that? He said it in church. The General Secretary was there. The executive of Just DCC were there. Everybody was there in church. He said it. People streamed it. Everybody said, what will I gain if I probe you? He said he did not know Darie. He was working in Kaduna. He didn't know who Darie was. But he knew that Darie was his governor then. But he heard that a state of emergency was declared and Darie was going to prison. He said he cried. Upon the fact that he didn't even know Darie. He said, why our state? He said he doesn't have to know Darie to weep for what is happening in the state.
Yes.
If you ask me, I'll tell you that is being patriotic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then he said, look, we should stop it. When this governor comes, he wants to say he's going. In fact, when Lalong stood up, he said, Oga, there are things that were done in my government I didn't even know as a governor. It's now that I'm knowing.
Wow.
Yes. And when the present governor stood up, he said, what you are saying is true. Even me, I will not know what is happening in my government until I leave. Who do you want to probe that will not be probed later?
Exactly.
And you will not be probed as well.
The
Do
chain
you know,
continues.
this is just me talking now. Do you know how much it costs to probe a past government for 8 years? Do you know the cost? It will do several roads on the plateau. So why are you probing? What will you gain? Even if they send the person to jail, the money is finished.
Yes.
He will rot in jail. You will not get that money back. You have spent the money that he stole is gone. The money you have used to probe is gone. Who has lost? It's just my personal analysis. So when you want to listen to men pleasers, they will tell you, probe this person. Why? Just to prove a point. What is the national award or honor you will get for probing another person?
You talked about
Or
psycho-
probably
still
you want
talking.
to boost your reputation.
I'm still talking. I'm just supposed to think about something else to say. Okay, talk while I think.
And when you start, you say, please don't forget your point.
You know, the reason why I just want to chip in because I know, your potential. You are a consultant, so at the end of the day, you'll be given a consultancy without the fee coming in. I wish the fee that they will pay for.
They will pay. Don't worry.
They will pay.
They will pay. If they don't pay for this, I know how to get it from other sources.
That's a good one. Yeah. You talk about psychophancy, and I believe that's what is happening. You talk about patriotism, and you talk about psychophancy. It is good for someone to know who that person is, why he's been created, and there's assignment before him. For me, personally, I would say the governor of Plateau State, Governor Mutfong, he knows who he is. He knows where he contested for governorship of Plateau State. And he knows exactly what he wants to come and do. If not, by now, we wouldn't have been talking about all this transformation that we are seeing on the plateau. The thing that you'll be hearing always is court cases.
Yes.
directing to probing the past government. And when you see sycophants, I would say people that are people pleasers, they are not trustworthy.
They are not.
So if they tell you something,
The
don't
same way
trust
they are
them.
They can
bringing your
easily
children
just
with
switch.
Yes,
They
don't-
cannot hold water. They're like a basket.
They can't. They can't. So you can't trust them.
No.
But people don't know. Because if you see the game that is playing, you talked about the game earlier. It's a game. Somebody, like how someone would say, "Idam me fata wawani, meji ba wawani."
If you that is talking is a fool, the person that is
Yeah,
listening
is
is not a fool. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. But when you see the person that is listening, responding to that which the sycophant is saying, both of them are fools.
True.
Both of them are fools. So they are just playing game. I want to play this part. The person don't even know who he is. And there's one thing that we should know. We are not just created to just be there. Once you know that, you are not created to just be there. You are created to make impact. Impact where you are being planted. Are you a security man? Make impact. Let people, when they are talking about security people, if you are a gate man, if they are talking about people that mount gate, can your testimony be different? Making impact. If you are a governor, if you are a president, we're talking about impact. Impact can only come when you know exactly who you are, the purpose where you are being created, and why you are being planted where you are. So that alone will help you this time around from listening to sycophants, those that come just to please people that are on authority, like people of authority. People like that, in my side, they call them KJK. Kafon Kakurianka. You understand? So they go office to office. You are doing well, you are doing this, you are doing this. When you remove money, you give them. Some of them, you will hear them abusing you before they leave your door. As they are banging the door, they are saying nasty things about you. At that moment, they have gotten what they want. So men pleasers, they are always about getting what they want. So people like that, they are dangerous. Permit me to say this.
Dangerous, very dangerous. Dangerous.
They are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
Yes, they are. People like that, they are dangerous. Yes.
And wicked.
Remember,
And
one
very
Hausa man
wicked.
followed the city girl. She showed him pepper. Then he wrote on his shirt at the back, he say, "Girls are dangerous."
It was very serious.
He said it was dangerous. What do we do to people that have been identified as men pleasers at work? What do we do to them? Not as an organization, as co-workers.
Well, I think keeping those people at arm's length, it's key. It's key because you always talk about environment and you always talk about people around you. Sooner or later, you become that environment. So I feel, me personally, once you identify them, it is wisdom, for you to keep them at arm's length. Because keeping them at arm's length, it simply shows that you have particular things that you pick about them. It doesn't mean that you don't relate. But yes, they can come and say whatever they want to say around you. But you just pick the things that you know those things are true about them.
I use it.
And use it.
And you know, they are not,
I was going to
they are
say
not
use
being-
earplugs.
they are not being taken serious. It's like the organization is just keeping them on reserve. So if any opportunity comes, they are the first set that will just be relieved of their job. So they are not being taken serious. When major decisions are being made, they are not carried along. When responsibility that are shared to people, they are not even being given.
Name 3 people in Equa Television. What do you think?
That look.
What do
That
you
question
think?
was impromptu.
What do you think about? Start thinking of your three people. All of you, three people. Me, I'm not calling. I'm the boss. I'm not calling anybody. So I'm giving. What do you think about? What do you think should be done to people like that as co-workers?
If anything they're doing is obstructing work, honestly, it's up to the organization to just let them go.
But no, not the organization. You as a co-worker, what should you do?
Use earplugs.
Okay.
What I mean is block for don't give them the room. Don't give
Most
them
of
the
them don't need the
opportunity.
room.
They try to bring in themselves.
They talk regardless of what you are saying.
Ex-
I am busy. I am this. No, you need to hear this, and then they
Yes.
force it. So what
They
do
distract
you do?
you from
Yes.
what you are doing
What do
to
you do
hear
to
them.
people like that?
Exactly. So you shut them up.
Believe
It's
me,
a
there is
simple
no
thing.
place
It's
of
really
work that
hard.
is without such people.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy task to just shut some because they are persistent. That's one thing I know about people
Yes.
because they are very persistent. So even when you tell them, no, I'm not interested in listening to this, no, but it is very important. I want to tell you this thing, so pay attention. No, I think that there are ways to which you could just block people. I do that a lot. Sometimes I even feel offended on behalf of the person because you are literally talking to me and I have no clue what you're saying, and it seems like I'm paying attention, but I have no idea what you're talking about. It's over time building a thick skin so certain things don't get to you. A lot of times they would come and want to distract you from your work, just like Engineer Tony said. There are times that you have to outrightly just tell them, no, however important it is, come back later. I'm not doing this now. That's if you, in fact, don't even give them the room of coming back later. Just tell them whatever it is. It's not. There's something pressing I need to do now. Maybe another time, or not even ever. But just make sure that you make it clear certain times that I'm not ready to listen. Over time, one thing about people pleasers is that if they are not getting what they want from you, they will leave you.
Or
and go
gang
for
up
somebody
against you.
Or gang up against you. So it's one of two things. It's either they leave you or gang up against you. And either way, you've actually worked them out of your life, one way or another. So
You air out your honest opinion, because sometimes you may be telling them to leave you in a very soft tone. Hey, please leave. I'm busy. Leave. Like, tell them what you feel there and
I did
then.
not mean you were going to be soft. I said no.
I'm just
busy.
saying mine.
I'm actually supporting you.
Oh.
Like, no, I did not mean you should
Like,
be
you have
soft.
to know.
Stand upright.
I
Doing
think
that
I
is giving them room again
Yes,
God,
let them
yeah,
know
shut
your
them up.
position
No,
that
see,
first time.
That's why
no,
I said shut
what
them
I'm trying
up.
to say, what I'm trying to say, going that way is giving them room now to generate fake story about you.
No problem. Go ahead.
But they know your stand. They won't have to make the trip back to you again because they know where you stand.
They will not get
Do you know?
a hearing.
Do you know how persistent and persuasive such individuals can be?
Actually.
The only way is because it is for me. It is an ideology fighting an ideology. For me, when they do that, you come up with your ideology. You can't shut them down. The earplugs you are saying, they will put their hands and remove it and tell you what they want to tell you. But you see, it is a war of ideas, ideological war. Because as you are saying what you are saying, I am also letting you know, no, Solo, you are wrong about Hassan. And I don't think people should be spoken about like that in that manner. You are just a sadist. You just hate people, and I think you should change. That's the only way you get things done. He came to tell you what he believes. You tell him what you believe too. It's not an insult. I just described your personality in a manner that is, not very, not really in a not polite manner. But I need to tell you, how long have you known Jemima to be talking that way about her? And even if what you are saying is true about her, who gave you the right to be a judge over her life? You report her, you put it in writing if truly you mean well, and you can defend what you are saying. Are you telling me that if you meet the management of this organization, you can say this thing before them and Jemima is sitting there? You see, I don't like this thing. And I think that you should, instead of talking about people, you should concentrate on your own work.
Yes.
Do you think with such words, people like that can come back to you 2-3 more times? No. They might summon courage. I know you now. If I tell you, you will start bringing your... I'm listening. I told you something about Jemima. You said, hey. Did you not see the query that they gave Solo over that? Is Solo a perfect person? No, I'm asking you that. Is Solo a perfect person? Query is just a question and he's going to answer it. See, I don't know why you are leaving your work to be talking about people here. It's wrong. I've told you the first time it is wrong. I will not, even if I know anything about somebody, I will not stoop so low to start talking about people just so that I can please my boss, to get a raise, or to be a favorite to my boss, or to do. I can't do that. My work will speak for me. And the earlier you realize that what you are doing is wrong, the better. Anytime if they come back 100 times, have the same kind of words for them 100 times. Let's see who gets tired first.
True.
Oh, they don't come back after the fifth.
Do you understand? It's a stroke. When you give me, I give you back. Except I believe the same as you do.
True.
Yes.
Do you know the Jemima? Let's go. I stopped it.
You've
one
given
time.
that
I
person the
stopped
courage.
it one time in Equa Television. You see people, they just come outside and start talking. I said, no, build yourself. Build yourself. I was hard, but in the midst of being hard, I knew a certain truth. Why? A lot of people, this was their first time working in an organized setting like this. So they are coming with the mentality from wherever they came from. But I was doing that with this in mind. I couldn't have told them then that I knew you are just coming in, so I pardon. No. I did it as though they have been in a setting like that for long. And I let them know that this is wrong. A lot of people took it to be tyranny. A lot of people said a lot of things. But I know, whether you like it or not, if these people will be truthful to you, let them tell you whether they have learned or not. Let them tell you whether they have matured or not by now. That's the truth. Do you know that a baby will crawl 10 times, fall 10 times, cut 10 times, bleeding 10 times, but still learning how to walk?
Yes.
No matter how much a baby gets tired of falling from learning how to walk, he still wants that dream. The day that he starts walking, you don't have rest.
No rest.
Jibrin, what's that your son's name?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, sit down. Nathaniel, this. You are afraid of going to the room 1 second, leaving him alone. Because on TV, Nambaku already research on say Josh Arkasa. I don't know who will interpret that. You come and see something very, very important. The boy is innocent.
Yeah.
So you see, I think if you are looking at pleasing people syndrome, we should also look at solution. What is the cure for it? In my opinion, what I just said, it's an ideology. People just carry it up. They imbibe it as a way of life. And when you come up with it, I think somebody should be able to tell you, look, if that is your comfort zone, I am very, very displeased. I am uncomfortable living in that, trading on such terrains. I don't talk about people. I can't do that. I am an unwilling participant. I am not a fan of such affairs. So if you want to continue, count me out in the list of your friends. Period.
And the cure you just mentioned, you have to be willing to work on yourself to get to that point where someone would bring certain talks to you and then you turn your back on that person. Sometimes what that person will bring is like a premium gist, like like the outbreak at that point.
Jemima, we are created to want to hear something new.
Yes.
It's natural with every leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's foolish. It's not unwise, but it's foolish for you to see that as a viable information.
So you have to get to a point where you would just
and you start showing the person that he has overstayed his welcome with such gist.
And once you tell one person, he will go and tell the others that, hey, don't even bother going to this person.
If it's this one,
he's a killjoy. He will not even listen to you. And then another thing is to believe in yourself. Sometimes what makes people to be pleasers of others is the low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself. You feel inferior to every other person. So by serving others, you would also feel better of yourself.
Valuable.
And the example I see is maybe like students, whether secondary or tertiary institution, probably 2 or 3 of them are from rich families, and the fourth person patching with them is from a struggling family. Probably he's a brain box, and then he is there. So for him to feel valued, for him to feel appreciated, he has to please them at all times. But if you get to a point where you feel, okay, I have my self-esteem intact, no matter what they do to you with their riches, you can always stand out and do the best that you can. So you shouldn't depend on people for decisions that you are supposed to make. Whatever form of decision, don't go to others saying, what do you think I should do? No, you should have what you have in mind. You can ask others, it's okay, but you're asking to make your final decision, not that you're asking them to decide for you. So you should be able to stand up and make decisions for yourself, whatever it is. You should not be dependent on others for your life.
Very true, Jemima, because being a people pleaser just automatically makes you an opportunity. No, not an opportunity. I'm trying to find the better word to use. It gives room for you to be easily worked upon. When I say worked upon, is like everybody would just make you their boy toy or something. You're just someone's. You're always at someone's beck and call. You get too busy to even build yourself. So, for one thing, if we actually want to really get rid of people pleasing, we need to start with ourselves. Like you said, self-esteem. Build your self-worth, your value. And when you build your self-worth and your value, you would be able to not create an opportunity for someone to be a people pleaser towards you. And what I mean is that you know your value, you know your worth, so you know that you not give audience to any any story, any
Cooker bulls.
I do not want to use the word again. I changed my mind last minute. But you will not pay audience to any thing that just comes your way. You would be decisive about what you listen to, what you're seeing. You would be directed and focused. And because you're directed and focused, you're able to cut down excesses and cut down distractions. It's just that straightforward, although not easy at all. People pleasing in itself, I'm not so sure we can get rid of it totally, because some people are just thriving on people pleasers, thriving on sycophants. They just want to keep hearing that they are doing the best. They are the best thing that has happened to this environment. They are the best thing that is happening to the seats that they are occupying. They are the best thing that is happening to the office. And because they constantly give audience to that, you cannot automatically erase. But for you as a person, you can protect yourself. You can protect yourself. That's just one thing that you're working with. Be conscious, daily conscious of what information you're ingesting into yourself, what stories are coming your way, what news you're getting. Check the validation of those news and all that. And for news that don't have any benefit for you, cut them off. Straight up. There's no maneuvering your way or like being I really don't like this, can you stop doing it? No. Just like Engineer Tony mentioned,
no, that's not how they talk to you.
You have to
That's
tell
not how
them
they talk to
outrightly.
you. That's not how they talk to you. Do you know that? And you will come and say, please, can you? Even the Bible says, iron sharpeneth iron. You can't use wood to sharpen iron. It's not possible.
Or plastic.
Even the iron, there is a particular iron that
like
is used to sharpen
irons. So you have to just come up outrightly and tell them, no, this should not even be coming to my table, to my desk. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see this. I know of a lady who is actually one person that is a people pleaser I know of personally, and she goes from one person to the other, tells them this story about this person, and comes back to the other person and is telling a different story.
I know her too. I know her. She is Linda. I know her. She's the one, Linda Philip Alilalas. From her name, you could tell. Thank God she didn't come to work today.
Oh my God.
Did she come to work?
Lalas, I was really not talking about.
Is she at work?
I'm not sure.
Is Lalas at work? Okay. Thank God. But she's watching. Why are you talking about Lalas like that in public?
I did not even finish giving the story. It's definitely not.
Because you have told me the same thing and you are saying it on air.
Okay.
Jemima, you remember?
She didn't tell me.
No, the day she was telling me you were passing. You remember that day? Is that day?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Go ahead.
I feel.
Since we all know who we are
attacked.
talking
Why are you
about, go ahead.
surprised that we know?
I hope you are not just trying to say yes because you want to please him.
What do you take me for?
Jemima is not.
I don't have people pleasing syndrome.
Jemima is not a man pleaser. As a matter of fact, she's not a man, so she's not a man pleaser. To start with, please finish what you are saying about Linda so that we can end it. You say you know a lady. Don't worry about the name. We have said the name already. You know a lady that is what?
So she goes around and she does this, and at the end of the day, I seriously just don't understand what she gains from that. But at the end of the day, the thing is that people always find out that this is what she did. This is how she has blacklisted you in front of another person, and this is the same way she's taking your story to another different person.
Linda.
And you just
go ahead.
and you just wonder if she has something or any future for her life. Like, does she even have any focus for her life? Does she want to build herself? No. I doubt she would want to build herself. In fact, she solely now depends on what people would give her or what she gains from people, and she cannot build a livelihood for herself. And that is what people pleasing does to you. You can't just go around pleasing people, because if you keep pleasing people, you are helping those people build themselves, and you are dying. You are basically watering another person's pot of flour and letting your own wilt.
People like that, the Bible talked about them, and he described them like the wave of the sea.
Yeah.
That's how the Bible described them. So people like that, they have no purpose. They are here to support people achieve what they are here for. So you should know that you are created for a purpose. So if you know that, then you will know what exactly to do. Because at the end of the day, you will end up not achieving what the reason why you are being created. Even though, yes, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. And you mentioned even the iron, not all, you know, not every kind of iron, you understand? So, yes, it is important for us to come together. It is important to encourage one another. It is important to build one another. But not to the point whereby you lose your purpose to build someone's purpose.
And you know that those kind of people, just before you continue, those kind of people kill the opportunities that are presented to them. If they find themselves in an opportunity, like if they get an opportunity, before you blink, that opportunity dies off because they did not utilize it. So it's just like you're saying, when you're saying iron sharpeneth iron, these people, that iron that they come across ends up being the reason they are blunt. So if you want to keep your life blunt and not sharp, that you cannot pierce through obstacles, then go ahead and please people. Please go ahead.
So and if you are
Linda,
fine,
you have heard.
yeah.
Go ahead, please people.
and if you are in that cycle of pleasing people to a point that you have lost the reason why you are being created, it is not late. As long as you can hear us now,
True.
it is not late. You can reverse it. Know that in your own calling, there's something that is embedded in you, you know, that you can do and make impact, you know, in wherever you are being planted. So know that for you going around talking about people, destroying people simply because you're looking for favor, it is a sin. So repent and get yourself back and come to the track. By so doing, you will find purpose, and from there you will retrace your track, and then God will help you. You will see that in your own choosing career or whatever, or business or whatever, you would see that you are growing. You talk about progress earlier. What is that you are doing that you are making progress? Because people that are people pleaser, they are not peacemakers.
No.
They are not peacemakers. And you know what the Bible say about such people. Anybody that doesn't love peace, you know where
Trouble
he belongs.
follows him.
You understand? You know where he belongs. So do you want to put yourself in that category? And you know the end. The end is hellfire. Because when you go about talking about Jemima, talking about Prudence, talking about Martha, just to see that there is no peace. Because at that moment, all you are thinking is about you, not their peace, not their relationship.
Or unity.
Or unity. That's the word. Or unity. Then you know that you are doomed.
You are not a child of
You
God.
are not a child of God at all. So it is very important, if you know you find yourself in that cycle, retrace your track and then ask for forgiveness. And then pick it from there. People will help you.
Yeah.
Good people around will help you.
Basically, the essence of today's life is to bring a topic that even some of us at times, depending on the topic, are falling short.
Yes.
Yes.
And when we start discussing these topics, you'll find out that deep within you are learning a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are making amends just within you. And you're saying, I don't know who told Solo this is how I am. Or Solo is talking about me. But honestly, I think I need to change.
True.
And you see, when people watch today's life, when they testify, or when they tell you that they have learned something, really they have. Really they have.
Yes.
I would decide that we continue with the followership that we have than to start doing things just to get followership. We have followership, real followership, people that will tell the truth as to how they feel about every episode. And that is what is touching to me, than to over-explore, do some technicalities and get fake people saying this and things that don't matter to the show. I think that's not important. Basically, we bring topics and proffer solution the best way we can at the end of the show. We have had testimonies. Today's life has mended relationships. It has stopped people from stealing. It has stopped people from being prostitutes. It's just Linda that we are waiting for to stop talking about people. Stop talking about people. Just like Prudence rightly said. If Prudence didn't say it on the show, we wouldn't know. So thank you very much, Prudence, for that contribution. And we will not put her on church discipline. We will just keep addressing our issues on today's life. And
We'll pray.
any other person that you know is like that, bring it to today's. Who said matter?
No, I say we'll pray.
Okay, I thought somebody said
No,
matter when I say any other person.
No, I say we'll pray.
But when we know their deficiencies, let's bring it on the show. Let's talk about it. And just like Prudence just opened up, I want to say something that is very important. Tomorrow we are coming up with a broadcast. Tomorrow is going to be 12th of June, and it's the day set aside to celebrate democracy in Nigeria. We're going to be looking at a few things on the show. So you will do well to join us tomorrow. We will announce the time and how you can watch it. You do well to join us on Equa Television. Let's talk about national issues and see how far it can take us. Let's rate some governors. Let's bring out a scorecard. Let's see how the president has done so far. Let's see how the governors have done so far. Let's see how people are trying real hard to, do what is right and whatever is wrong.
Okay, we have a few comments here.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the first person, I will read the comment and I'll see the name. The cause of people-pleasing syndrome can be very complex and can vary from person to person. It commonly stems from deeper-rooted issues such as low self-esteem, fear of rejection. Some people wish to make other people happy, often at the sake of their own needs
That
or
sounds
values,
like just Jakarta.
just because they want to be accepted. When you build yourself in the right direction, you will be accepted without being double-faced. God bless you all. My favorite show, Lala's Chef.
So she can say nice things about people like that.
And then the next person, name is
But it really
Nehemiah.
sounded like Joyce Jakarta.
Yeah.
I said it while you were reading it.
I don't even say that.
I knew if I
yeah.
say the name, nobody may hear it. And this one is name is Nehemiah Abokin Trump. People will never be pleased, but we must make efforts to tolerate people around us as much as possible. Yes, thank you.
Valid one.
Thank you for this comment.
Please
They
ask
are-
him who's even Linda, should we tolerate her?
Thank you so much for the comments. They are really, really encouraging. Thank you for doing this with us. Please do well as much as you can, not to be a people pleasing syndrome person.
People pleasing syndrome person. PPSP. Hashtag PPSP.
Thank you for doing this. Thank
I'm
you,
grateful.
Engineer
Thank
Tony
you so much. I'm
Junakale.
grateful.
Prudence, thank
Always a
you.
pleasure.
Solomon Sambo, thank you.
pleasure.
Joyce in absentia, thank you.
Alalas. For joining
Thank you, Lalas. Thank you, Nehemiah. We are so excited. Please, let's do this again tomorrow. Same time, same station. Until we come your way again, do have a blessed day.
Bye bye.